Sure. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Desiray Nelson. For those of you that don't know me, I am currently working as a program assistant for a child advocacy center in Pierre Hospital. Most people know me as Mackenzie's mom, I guess. She is really the reason that we got into all of these products. She has a condition known as hydranencephaly, which basically just means that she's missing the majority of her brain due to a stroke in utero. We've had some fabulous improvements with her since starting these products. And so I'm excited to share the information with people. And if anybody wants to see any current videos of her improvements, I'd be happy to share those with you.
And I am Dr. Jessica Buhler, and I'm a chiropractor, and I also do a technique called NAET, and I do acupuncture as well in central South Dakota. So I was introduced to these products and started implementing them into my own family and then into practice, and it's sort of just grown to this extension of team members that kind of become like family members. Because you know their stories and you've seen them make progress, and that's important to me, is seeing people improve in their health, and these products are a very good foundational way to do that. So we're going to start talking about this company called LifeVantage, and we're going to talk about something called biohacking, which really is a cool word to describe taking control of something that's very complex and to get a desired outcome. And in this case, it's our body. We want to take control of our body so that we express genes in an appropriate manner, similar to the way that we were designed to be made and to function, except that we've exposed ourselves to different things that have maybe limited our full potential. So we're using what is called nutrigenomics, which is the study of nutrition to affect our gene expression. And this is something that, although you may not have heard of before tonight, it is something that you're definitely going to hear about. And this company is at the forefront of this nutrigenomics movement, and it's because of this flagship product that we have called Protandim. And Protandim is an NRF2 activator. So we're going to start off by watching this ABC Primetime Investigative Report, and then Desiree is going to explain a little bit about that afterwards. So this ABC Primetime Report aired in 2005 following a peer-reviewed published study that was released in 2003. And so in 2003, they had this one study, and they had a team of scientists that had designed this product, this blend of 5 all-natural components that had 1 U.S. patent. And then in 2005, this ABC Primetime Report aired.
The following is an ABC Primetime Investigative Report that aired in 2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life.
It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Dr. McCord, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
There we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells. But as we get older, some of those toxic radicals overwhelm our enzymes and wreak their havoc. For a long time, scientists thought that antioxidant vitamins like C and E would lower it, but they don't.
It turned out in just the last 5 years or so, we see that they're not good enough tools. They're not powerful enough.
But this pill, he says, is powerful enough. In fact, many times more powerful.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Whether that will lead to longer life is still unknown. Experiments to see if mice live longer are about to get underway, but it's a tantalizing theory.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we slow it down. And so you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me?
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would.
And so, ancient Eastern healing and modern Western medicine may soon be working together. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks,
Even mental disease.
yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression. But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The following is an ABC.
Okay, so I don't know how many of you have used to watch that show when it aired back in the day, but the point of the show was to disprove that companies were making. This one backfired and further validated the research on Protandim Nerve2. Overnight, there was an increase of $5 million just after that was aired. LifeVantage is a publicly traded company, and hold on, go to bed. Sorry. LifeVantage is a publicly traded company, and Protandim Nerve2 actually used to be sold on store shelves such as GNC and Walgreens. In 2009, the company switched from retail to direct sales because the company was losing money. Nobody knew what a Protandim Nerve2 activator was. So they brought in a marketing specialist, and they said that this needs to be talked to people face to face. People need to understand what it is that the product can truly do for you. Dr. McCord said, "No way, that sounds like network marketing, and I'm not interested." They convinced them to do a 6-week trial. And after doing so, the company's sales had grown by 300%. In 1 year, the company grew from less than 10 million a year to over 200 million. Do we do this? This just shows some of the different universities and companies that have done research on Protandim Nerve2.
So what is oxidative stress? This was kind of described in the video too, but I'm just going to briefly kind of go over it again. But you can see this picture of the rusting of an apple, and this is a great way to show oxidation because you can see that so obviously in something like an apple. But basically, when we go about normal everyday processes, breathing, digestion, circulation, anything in our body, every process, we create as a byproduct something called free radicals. And these free radicals bump into cells within our body and create havoc. And so you can see oxidative stress load or free radicals can cause damage in every system in the body. And so this is just showing you some symptoms or some, conditions that are specific to the system that is involved. But we also create free radicals not only in response to normal reactions, but we also produce them in even higher quantities when we are subject to toxic situations. Things like different forms of radiation, pollution, when we exercise too much. There's just a lot of ways that we have access to these things in our environment. And so why should you care if you don't have any of these symptoms, conditions, or disease? Basically prevention, right? Most people aren't ending up with these things until they hit this certain point in their life where they have a major incident. And so prevention is very key as well. Solutions for reducing oxidative stress. At one time, it was thought that what we needed to do was increase our consumption of direct antioxidants. This is when the food pyramid changed and we added even more fruits and vegetable servings, and then they changed that from adding antioxidants to everything under the sun, including water, or having superfruits, super greens, that kinds of things. But these direct antioxidants can only neutralize free radicals at a ratio of 1:1. So what's different about our Nerve2 activator is that we get a different way of doing this. And so what happens is within every cell, within the nucleus, there's a protein messenger called NRF2, nuclear erythroid factor 2. And when we activate this cell, this NRF2 messenger attaches itself to our DNA and it causes an expression of certain genes. There is an estimated 10 to 25,000 human genes that are affected by this, where the good genes are turned on and the bad genes are turned off. But one gene that is affected is our ability to produce our own antioxidants. And so what happens with NRF2 activation is that we start producing our own antioxidants at a rate of 1 million to 1 every single second. You guys, this is phenomenal. I didn't stutter. That was 1 million to 1 versus 1 to 1. Who wants to eat that much every second? It's not even possible, right? And anything that we can get our body to do on its own is always going to be more effective than trying to supplement it. So if we can activate it instead of supplementing it, it's always going to turn out better. Desiree?
Okay, so this is just showing the ingredients in Protandim Nerve 2. You can see that just by themselves, each one only has a small effect on the ratio of free radicals that it's eating up. But the synergy of the blend increased by 1,800%, which is crazy to think about.
So NRF2 is definitely something that is going to be investigated and talked about, and you're going to hear more about this. This is not the end of the story. We're at the very beginning, except that we have 13 years of research already on this product. And this is one study that basically just summed it up, saying that NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine. It is so fundamental: antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, cytoprotective mechanisms, promoting health. This is such a big deal, you guys. Go ahead.
So this is a study that was done on multiple sclerosis. Protandim Nerve 2 is, it was included in a study with the drug Tecfidera. Tell me if I'm doing this wrong, because I can't see this from my phone very well.
Yeah, BG12 is what it shows on here. They kind of code named it.
Okay. So by doing the study, they found that Protandim Nerve 2 outweighed their drug Tecfidera. I don't remember the percentages, Jess.
So it was 2 to 20% reduction in oxidative stress with their drug with its side effects. And in our product, we get that 40% reduction in 30 days. So they said, interestingly, Protandim, a dietary supplement consisting of herbal ingredients, was the most potent inducer and therefore may be the most suited as a therapeutic strategy. This was published by Biogenetic, which is obviously a drug company, and it was published in the Multiple Sclerosis Journal. Very reputable. Go ahead.
So this is the Protandim Nerve 2 activator. It is clinically proven to reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. It is made up of 5 natural ingredients: ashwagandha, bacopa, milk thistle, turmeric, and green tea. Nerve 2 helps to regulate your body's survival genes. In a NIA-funded study, Protandim was the only natural product proven to extend the lifespan.
So Nerve 2 activation is basically a solution for one of the biggest problems that humans have, really that all mammals have, but in humans there's 4 big problems, and this is one of them, is oxidative stress. And so we can combat that with our Nerve 2 activation. Go ahead.
The second issue that everybody struggles with is mitochondrial dysfunction. Our mitochondria is where the majority of our energy comes from in our bodies. When the mitochondria is bound down, you'll notice a decrease in energy. Maybe you're not sleeping well, causes all sorts of different issues. With the Protandim Nerve 1 activator, we are activating we're activating the NRF1 protein that is found in the mitochondria of our cells. This by doing that, we're making the mitochondria bigger and better, and we're able to multiply them. By doing so, we are increasing the cellular energy. We are improving the performance through our energy production. We are able to enhance our cellular health, so our cells are functioning at their highest potential. It improves sleep quality and promotes regular cellular repair. So as our cells are replicating and replenishing themselves, if we have a fuzzy mitochondria, it's going to replicate and become a fuzzy mitochondria. The NRF1 activator also helps to boost that production and their ability to network together. And it slows our cellular aging by supporting the chromosome integrity. Protandim NRF1 is the solution to help you restore your cellular youth to your body. And with this one, I like to compare it to stem cells. Some of you know that we had taken Mackenzie for stem cells a couple of times when she was younger, and just the way that this works is kind of similar to the properties of how a stem cell would work in our body as well. So I find this one super interesting.
So the third problem we have is a leaky gut, or a poor gut health. And leaky gut can lead to all kinds of symptoms and conditions in our body, and you can see that elsewhere. It's not just problems with your gut, but it's problems in other places as well. And so you may have heard of different probiotics, reasons to take a probiotic. And my absolute favorite reason to take a probiotic year-round is that 70 to 90% of your immune function is coming from these good guys in your gut. So it doesn't matter who you are, you need these guys in there. And there's more reasons than that. But what makes ours different than others? So we have 6 different strains of good bacteria that have different purposes in your small and large intestine. And that is something that several have as well. But what we have that is different about ours is a biotract lining. This technology is so critical. So what happens is it bypasses your stomach acid and it gets to your small and large intestine where we need them to do their work. So the organisms are dynamically compressed so that the first organisms to release start releasing in your small intestine. And then as they're going through the gut, they end with releasing in the large intestine. So it's a 10 to 12 hour slow release process. Also, they have a product called Wellmune that's added to support the immune system. And Wellmune has its own site. It's added to other nutritional products, but it's really an immune boost. It's beta glucans that are naturally found in our colostrum, or mother's first milk. So the survival rate of most probiotics is 4%, but with our patented biotract technology, our survival rate is 60%, you guys. If you're taking a probiotic, you're not taking one as good as this one. I can guarantee it, and I've seen a lot of really good ones. This one has technology like nothing you've ever seen. The fourth problem is a fatty imbalance, and let's just face it, most Americans and other people too have a significant fatty imbalance. We eat way too many omega-6s and not nearly enough omega-3s. And so unless you're an Alaskan native, you probably need this. And so this is a blend of omega-3s, EPA and DHA, and omega-7, so to support your nervous system, your cardiovascular system, your skin, and your immune system. And also the omega-7s are big for metabolism and weight management, and then a tiny bit of vitamin D as well. This is some pure fish oil. It's traceable from boat to bottle, which there are several that are like that. But this one you can even chew, and people like the taste of it. So not that I'm recommending it or that it is considered chewable. It comes in a gel cap, but most people swallow it. But it is very pure. So if you like fish, you might actually enjoy chewing it as well. Go ahead.
I'm not good at this one. This is the True Science skincare line. There was a study done, and I can't remember. It was the LSU study, I believe. They they asked if they could include the Protandim Nerve 2 as part of their anti-aging study, and they came back to the company and they said that the company needed to come out with a skincare line to treat the outside, because the skin is the biggest organ. You have something to treat the inside, you need to come out with something to treat your skin. And so this is how the True Science line came about. It's a 4-step process, super simple and super effective. This is Axio. This is Nerve 2 for your brain. Axio is an all-natural drink. They put it in the energy drink category because it has B vitamins, but it's more of a brain food. Great for mental clarity and energy and focus. There's a decaf and a regular blend. The regular blend has the full proprietary blend, and then an added DMAE, which is a chemical found in our brains, I believe, is how you explain that. If you look at these different writings on the side, this is just showing a child who, before Axio, and then a week after taking the Nerve 2 and the Axio, just how much different his focus was, his ability to write that out.
And physique is the last thing that we have to talk about is, or no, not quite the last thing. Physique was brought about by, clearly by demand, because everyone is looking for a weight management line. And this one is not necessarily only for weight loss, but also just for management. So we have the Physique protein shake. You mix with whatever you like. It's a powder, has fast and slow release proteins in it. And then we have Physique fat burn, which is targeted at our visceral fat, which is the scary stuff that is around our organs that puts us at risk for several health conditions. ProBio, which we already talked about, and then the cleanse, which helps to remove the junk out of our guts and also to heal our gut lining. So we're getting close to that, close to being done here. So bear with me. Protandim, final product, is Nerve 2 activation for our 4-legged friends, the doggies in our lives, that their oxidative stress load is 7 times higher than a human. So it just makes sense that people were giving this to their dogs and seeing really good changes. So they reformulated it specifically to them. Networking. So I'm going to just talk to you guys about the business side of things here, because like we said, Desiray had said at the beginning, this company is in direct sales, and there really is a big story that has to be told, because you're really not selling, you're sharing information and letting people decide what they want to do with it and how much they want to research it and learn more about it. But what I want to talk to you about is networking. So food, clothes, supplies, decorations, services, and more. Everyone does this, right? So if you go to a restaurant and the service is really good, the food tastes amazing, you're going to tell somebody about it. If it's terrible, you're going to do the same thing. If you find your favorite pair of leggings and you tell your best friend about them, I guarantee you she will buy them just to try them because they're your favorite. And how about cleaning supplies? I have bought cleaning supplies simply based on the fact that somebody's like, hey, these are all natural products, you should try them. Even my hair products. Somebody finds an all-natural hair product that they absolutely love and they tell me about it, yeah, I'll try it, why not? So basically, even in my practice, you guys, I have a successful practice, and it's largely grown based on referrals. When people are happy with their care, they tell other people. And so I really feel like networking is something that just naturally happens for so many people. And so that's something I want to talk to you about. So there's 2 ways to get involved with this company: as a preferred customer or as a distributor. Both will get wholesale pricing, both choose the products they want, both get products delivered directly to them, which is handy because you don't have to go to a certain place to pick them up. When you're running out, you get them sent and whatnot. But distributors get paid to network, to tell someone about this. To tell somebody what it is and share that information with them. This is the innovation adoption curve. You can see we're on this early majority time frame, you guys. This is the best time to get in. Can you imagine if you were an iPhone, right? And iPhone right now is in the late stage, right? It's way up there. It's just getting better every day. But what if you were, if you had an opportunity to make a penny on every iPhone that was sold by getting in with the iPhone right where we are right now? Would you do it? And most everyone would say, yeah, heck yeah, I would do that. It's so cool. So anyway, the timing is right. Because we're a publicly traded company, we have to disclose our income statement, and this is what our distributors are typically making. So to get started, you're basically, as a distributor, you're going to be buying a bundle of product initially, just one time. So the very first time that you set up as a distributor, you would be buying this bundle of product. There's a silver, a gold, and a platinum. And if you're really serious about the business, I highly recommend the platinum pack for several reasons. But if you're looking to become a preferred customer, if you really just want to get these products in your body at wholesale pricing, we want you to do what you want to do, what works for you. You want to do this one, Desiree?
Sure. These are the subscription stacks. So each one of them has free shipping. There's the True Science regimen and the Vitality stack that you can get in the bottles. And then there's a Travel Vitality stack, which comes in convenient little packages. And I find these super handy because I always forget mine at home. So I just stuff them in my purse and always have them readily available.
And the subscriptions are set. So some people get really nervous about subscriptions, like they don't want to have an auto ship, and because the auto ship comes and they don't need the product yet. But the cool thing about our products is that they come in a 30-day supply. So I actually have more problems with people that didn't get their subscription set, where they're running out or not having the product, than I do with people that are they're hesitant from past experiences. But this company is really good to work with. So having your subscription set just makes it so you don't run out of your product. And the True Science regimen lasts me about 6 weeks using it morning and night. Go ahead.
So just want to thank you all for stopping in and listening to our presentation tonight. Please make sure to get back to the person who invited you to this presentation.